game development companies have been on an absolute tear this year with the layoffs. It's not even just really gaming, it's really any tech. I mean, even any job period this year seems like it's been having layoffs, even with all the additional hirings that they have in other sectors. Just across the board, it's been a lot of firings and shutting down of studios. And so we have Microsoft here, who just recently, within the past couple of days, shut down four more studios. One of which was the studio that created Hi-Fi Rush, which was as far as I know, was pretty much a success for them. But at the end of the day, I mean, is if even if it was critically acclaimed and everything, it really comes down to like how much did it make. Because I mean, if it even if it was widely praised, if there was like hardly anybody playing it, and the people that did praised it, well, then it doesn't really matter. I mean, that's just fact. I mean, a game can get all the awards you want. Baldur's Gate 3 can get all the awards you want, but if people weren't buying and playing the game, then it wouldn't be as popular and as much of a spectacle as it is now. And that's just the unfortunate truth, excuse me, with today's games, media, entertainment, period. I mean, it's not even just games, it's really anything. I mean, we see all of these movies and things like that that are just absolute flops. And it's like, even if there's a few people who think they're incredible, if there's hardly anybody watching it, then it just isn't making enough money, and so they're just gonna shut down. It's really what it comes down to. It's not even just games, but today specifically, this is about Microsoft and some of their statements after their closing down of these four studios. It says Microsoft says it needs games like Hi-Fi Rush the day after killing its studio. Xbox Studios leader described wanting small and prestigious games in a town hall with employees today. It says today, one day after Microsoft announced it would be shut down four of its game studios, Matt Booty, what a name, head of Xbox Studios, held a town hall to discuss the division's future goals. We need smaller games that give us prestige and awards, Booty told employees, according to internal remarks shared with The Verge. Which is kind of, well, I mean, it is really ironic that he's saying that we need games like this after they shut down the studio. But my takeaway from it is really that he really means we need small games that make a lot of money. I mean, that's really what he's saying. So my takeaway also is that maybe Hi-Fi Rush, even though it was really good and just across the board everybody seemed to enjoy it, it just did not sell enough for the studio to stay afloat. I mean, that's, of course there's other factors, like I don't know everything. I don't know the internal cash struggles within the company. I mean, they're valued at like 3 trillion or something like that. Insane. Part of that is also just the probably abhorrent managing from the higher ups with regards to the money flowing into different aspects of the company that it should just not be going into. But that's like a whole nother topic. It's really, Microsoft is just not what it used to be, at least from what I can see anyway. So it is kind of ironic to hear statements like this when they just got through shutting down one studio that created a game that was pretty much praised across the board. Since for some listeners on the call, it was a surprising goal. Microsoft had just shut down the Japanese developer Tango Gameworks, which is coming off a small prestigious hit title, Hi-Fi Rush. Hi-Fi Rush, which was surprisingly released last year, was praised for its innovation and charm. The rhythm action game featured music by the Black Keys and Nine Inch Nails, with the art style that evoked a hyper-stylized game of PS2 era. Just 4 months after its release, Hi-Fi Rush hit 3 million players. Okay, so man, it sounds like it sold a lot then. During 2023 to 2024 award season, the game went on to win Game Award, Game Developers Choice Award, and the BAFTA. While Microsoft hasn't shared sales data, apparently happy with the game. When rumors swirled that it wasn't doing well commercially, Aaron Greenberg, Vice President of Xbox Games Marketing, wrote on X that Hi-Fi Rush was a breakout hit for us and our players in all key measurements and expectations. We couldn't be happier with the team at Tango Gameworks delivered with the surprise release. And so it makes me wonder, like, why exactly they did shut it down. Because even from here, you have the guy basically praising it as well, that it blew their expectations out of the water, and yet they're shutting it down. So part of me is like, well, maybe it just didn't make enough money, and then another part of me is like, well, maybe they're shutting it down because of the other studios that didn't make enough money. And so there's also that internal conflict, if you will, that kind of makes me wonder why exactly they shut it down, because it seems like Tango has been on a roll lately, but what do I know? But anyway, it is very unfortunate to see all these jobs being taken, but as some people have alluded to, I really don't think it's over either. I do think that we're going to be seeing more layoffs, especially with AI. AI is just going to take so many jobs. And so if you are in an industry that would be affected by AI, I'm not going to say like good luck, you're going to get screwed or anything, but I would just be open to the idea and looking for other means to provide, if you will, because AI is going to turn everything on its head. I mean, even where I work, it's like AI is going to take my job too someday. So it's really just something you have to think about as well. But it is unfortunate to see Microsoft closing down even more studios. Uh, at the end of the day, Microsoft really just needs to focus on making good entertainment, not even just games, but movies and everything else. I'm not saying they make movies, but entertainment across the board. I mean, it just needs to be, they need to focus on making it good for good's sake, and then the profits will follow. I really do believe that. I mean, if you make a solid game, people will want to play it, which means more people will want to buy it. I mean, that's just common sense, I think. And so when you're putting like the money at the forefront, and almost can undermine it in a way, and it's kind of weird that these companies still haven't really realized that. But yeah, it's an unfortunate day, another unfortunate day here. But anyway, if you guys liked the video, make sure to leave a like, and I hope to see you guys around. Peace.